Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are at 8:30 a.m. looking at Evil Twin Brewing's Molotov Lite, an Imperial India Pale Ale brewed with natural flavors. I was watching a video from Dr. Dave, the beer professor, formerly Beer Sampling with Dave, and he was saying natural flavors, what's this all about? Okay, now 250 calories, 8.5% alcohol, brewed in Connecticut. This is a heavy beer, 250 calories, so it's not light. They're just kind of spoofing Miller because they had low life as opposed to high life, and Molotov Lite, which is not a light beer, but it's light compared to the Molotov cocktail. One I have not gotten yet or seen, which was like something like 13% alcohol. I didn't research it though. I bought this and the Low Life at Stein's Deli. They probably have the others. They may have others. They're always, every time I go there, they seem like they got hundreds of new brands. I mean, I cannot keep up. Molotov, interesting name. Maybe in light of that, they'll introduce a Ribbentrop series. Evil Twin might fit their evil approach. Okay, medium white head. It's so sunny out here, and it's rather humid. It's a golden appearance, and it is full of chunks, and I don't know if it should have this much sediment. You might be able to see that. It looks like just vegetable pulp. I have never seen an India Pale Ale with this much yeast sediment. I don't know what's going on, if this is something wrong with it or what's happened out here. Now, I think I know what's going on with the natural flavoring though. I read an article last year or earlier this year about how there's such a shortage of hops because everybody wants to do this hoppy beer, although that seems to be losing momentum, thankfully. Just because, not that I'm against that approach, it's just that when people get all geek on a style, or not geek, but when they trend monger a style, like Frank Zappa might have said, when they trend monger a style, people get sick of it after a while. But they said they were so short of hops. What companies were doing is they were using like citrus flavoring to try to mimic hops to make up for the fact that they didn't have enough hops to use. So that's probably what's happening here. It smells very bready. I mean, I say this all the time with IPAs. It smells bready. It's sweet, white bread. Some fruit, not pineapple. It's not canned Surefine, top coat pineapple, but it's like maybe some other kind of citrus fruit. Anyway, let's go with the flavor. The few video reviews that I watched, people liked it. Oh, ha ha. This is very bitter. I'm thinking the IBU must be 100. At least 85, but I'm thinking 100. This thing is hop stupid. Actually, hoppier than that. I'm not going to say so much pine bitterness, just like straightforward bitterness, just like bitterness. And some shade of, like I said, indistinguishable tropical fruit and white bread and sweetness, and IPAs tend to taste similar to each other. Medium to heavy mouthfeel, a little slick. It's on the puckering finish, semi-dry finish, and the drinkability is pretty good, and that's what other video reviewers were saying. It was kind of a dangerous beer in a way because it's not too boozy, and you could drink it and you might get hammered with it. I'm only going to drink this one here, and then around lunchtime I'll drink another beer. But and that one's going to be a very light one, that Pearl Light. Trying to drink through that 12-pack. Well, I don't know. They're saying very good on Beer Advocate. So they're saying B+, and then 94 out of 100 on rate beer, but only 65 out of 100 for the style. So they think the beer's great, but it's kind of crummy in the style. I don't know what you would think about these chunks. I mean, come on. These yeast chunks. Well, I do like the profound bitterness. I wouldn't want to have it all the time, but I do like it. A lot of these IPAs, they don't live up to the hype. They say, it's so bitter. You're probably not worthy to drink this. You're a wimp. Run away from it. Then you drink it and you say, this thing is not that bitter. And this one is not really touting that, and it is. So, I mean, the whole thing about beer reviewing, I was going to talk about this in an earlier video, and I was like, you know, I see these people, they go with it for a while, and then they drop off the scene. You know, I can name so many, right? And, like, I'm the Embo Symbiosis, and I talk about beer. But not forever, just for a little while, and then I think he and many others got bored with it because it was just like this endless circle of flavor. And that's true, because if you're doing stouts or porters or IPAs or pale ales or lagers or, you know, Helles Doppelbocks, imperial lagers, whatever, you know, there's a difference in the flavors, okay? But to me, the difference is more like this than this. You know what I mean? It doesn't, the standard deviation is not that. It's usually that. So you're going through all this body of beer, right? All these beers. And you're saying, you know, it's got a woody character, it's nutty, it's earthy, if it's maybe an English ESB. But then it's like almost like you're repeating the same thing. And that goes along with the whole differentiation thing I talked about, which was the companies have to come out with all these flavored beers, these gimmick beers, these concoction beers, and because of the flooded market, and those usually aren't very good. Those, to a large extent, are beers for people that don't like the taste of beer, so-called beer taste. You know what I mean? So I haven't gotten bored with it because I understand that the deviation is that. It's just, here's a brand, let's try it. What do I think about it? A lot of people just say, I don't want to, I get tired of it. I haven't gotten tired of it. The only thing that's really kind of discouraged me is the all the new flavor beers. So, because, you know, I'm saying, let me do a review, and then I don't ever really like it. They're not really that good, but, I mean, they exist. People buy them, so it's no skin off my back. So, you're saying, well, rate the beer, give it a score. I am. That was not a rant. That was a discussion. Hey, I have to give this a solid A, and I could be argued up to A+. I have to tell you, this is fantastic. And so, le bon ton relais, a minimum of an A. Most excellent. Indeed. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to hot, humid, and every now and then cold, but not too much, southeastern Louisiana.